The reason why you were so emphatical and you were so strict about the fact that exhibits that are brought to your attention should always be contained in sealed exhibit bags, not so?
Uyakhumbula ke waqinisekisa nje ubulungise nje amazinyo akho kanjalo ukuthi hayi ama exhibit alethwa la kuwena afanele ukuthi abe sewasiliwe alethwe kuwe asiliwe. Yebo kanjalo. It is indeed so, yes.
Is it further correct that in that initial engagement you agreed to the fact that the purpose of a seal or of a sealed bag is to ensure that evidence is not being contaminated or altered in transportation and or storage?
Wase uyaqinisekisa futhi ukwenza isiqiniseko sokuthi ama exhibit alethwa ngebheki evaleke ngci uqinisekisa ke ukuthi akhuselekile ukuthi mhlambe mawahanjiswa nanoma abekwa njalo ukuthi avikelekile ngaleyo ndlela. Kunjalo. It is indeed so, yes.
Thank you. Let me bring a very light moment. Now, is it then not so that on the basis of this immediate factual matrix, there exists a likelihood that the firearm that Mr. Mangena received on the 20th of July 2020 could not have been or might not have been the original firearm that was brought to Cleveland Police Station by Mr. Masondo? If you have got an answer to this, you can say, I don't want to commit myself. Or you can just answer if you want.
No comment.
Yes.
No comment. Uthi cha ngeke ngiyiphendule leyo nto leyo ukuthi lesi sibhamu esalethwa kunokwenzeka ukuthi akusisona esalethwa phambilini. Futhi ke nge-20 zika July 2020 kunokwenzeka ke umangena mageza ezothatha isibhamu bekungesona ke isibhamu lesokuqala uthi cha angifuni ukuphawula ke khona lapho.
Yes. On the 27th of July 2020, you did your best that you could do under the circumstances when they brought back this firearm from Forensic Science Laboratory. However, nobody would know that it was the original firearm that was put in by Mr. Masondo. Not so. We don't have a comment as well.
No comment. You know the mannerism here. There is no comment.
Yes.
Usho njalo ke uthi udabu yalazi angeke ngiphawule khona lapho ukuthi lesi sibhamu nge-27 zika July 2020 masilethwa sikhamba khona lapha yana FSL kunokwenzeka ke ukuthi bengabe kulethwe isibhamu okungesona uthi hayi lapho ke.
Let me bring a very light moment. Now, is it then not so that on the basis of this immediate factual matrix, there exists a likelihood that the firearm that Mr. Mangena received on the 20th of July 2020 could not have been or might not have been the original firearm that was brought to Cleveland Police Station by Mr. Masondo? In 86 of 2015.
From SAP 1386 to 2015.
The said exhibits, now that is what Mr. Mangena will come tell this court. The said exhibits were received in an open evidence bag with number PA 400 4000 81085.
Ilokhu akushoyo ke uthi lama exhibit okukhulunywa ngawo khona laphana ke atholakala ngaphakathi kwe-evidence bag evuliwe iyenaleyo number lo ke EPA 40810885
and were booked out for further examination purposes as per Foslor's case 636 10 of 2014.
kanti ke zabhukwa out ukuya ke ngophenyo oluqhubekayo kuleya case yase Foslor's case number 636/10/2014.
Thank you, sir.
Sabon.
Let me bring a very light moment. Now, is it then not so that on the basis of these immediate factual metrics, there exists a likelihood that the firearm that Mr. Mangena received on the 20th of July 2020 could not have been or might not have been the original firearm that was brought to Cleveland Police Station by Mr. Masondo?
Yeah, but not today, guys. We learned a lot about corrupt police covering up in the Senzo Meyiwa. We got to learn that there were exhibits that were not sealed using the police exhibit bag. So you know what it means? It means that if the exhibit is not sealed, I can take the exhibit inside and put whatever I want to put. You know what I'm saying? It means I can swap. There's a possibility of me swapping the evidence inside. Technically, what we are trying to say is that, or what we learned is that, even if the gun that was in that bag was the correct gun, somebody might have stolen the correct gun and then replace it with a wrong gun. That's what we learned today. We also learned about the fact that if a gun is stolen from you and then that gun is a thief use it and they get caught by the police, if they can get the identity of the owner of this gun, they will arrest this guy for a possession of an unlicensed firearm. Once that case is done and dusted, they do what is necessary and they take that gun back to the owner of the gun. But in this case, the Senzo Meyiwa case, we are told the gun was almost destroyed while they know exactly who is the owner of the gun. The gun that was found on accused number 3, which is the same gun that is said to have been used in the Senzo Meyiwa, it's used by the intruders. Do you get a point? So Mchali, when he took the stand, were an upstanding police. For the first time, I see a police that is testifying from the heart, a police that is and that understands the word, I will tell the truth and nothing else but the truth. It looks like when he took those vows, he understood them. In some of the things that he said, he exposed a lot of people. We got to see that these police are corrupt. I just wish and hope that that guy lives longer. You know what I'm saying? Something doesn't happen to him because he exposed his fellow members, not necessarily by directly exposing them, but he exposed them by just explaining the procedure of how things are done within the SAPS, especially in relation to the firearm. We got to learn and we saw with our own naked eyes that no, these police we're doing some cover up here. So what I'm gonna do in this video, I want us to start from the beginning because I've just highlighted things that happened towards the end. So you're gonna have to bear with me as I start from the beginning and then take you through until we reach the climax together. Are you interested to know more about all of this? Then please stick around. As you stick around, there's only one favor that I'm requesting from you guys, and that favor is that you subscribe, you like the video, and you do comment in the comment section below. Why do you need to do all of these nice things, good people? You need to do it because doing it does help out a lot when it comes to the YouTube algorithm to promote and spread this video to as many people as possible. So definitely, good people, the power here is in your hands. Guys, you need to watch this video until the end. Guys, you need to watch the ads, guys. That's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Guys, you need to like the video. It's gonna help if you do all these things that I've just mentioned. It's gonna help it's gonna help with the YouTube algorithm to promote this video to more people. So the power here is in your hands. Please exercise that. In terms of your comments, can you kindly accept, please, I want to respond to your comments, but they are coming, and I like the fact that you keep commenting, right? So I'm still in the process of getting somebody that's gonna come and assist me. Meanwhile, I'm just pleading with you, can I just like your comment as a sign to show you that I see your comment? But later on, I'm gonna find somebody that's gonna assist me, and we respond to your comment, we interact with you instead of just liking the comment. For now, please accept that, please. Yeah, then again, guys, I've got a short announcement to make. I know didn't upload videos. I left a statement on my community post, and I know that some people would not have seen that comment or that statement there. And the statement was like, I was informing you guys that the reason I didn't post it is because I am sick, guys. I have a chronic condition. I was born with that condition. So usually your feet are like this, but mine is like this. So these brains here, these brains are connected to the brains that are going even up to this point, right? And because of this condition, guys, at some point, I think I've survived so far 3 to 4 strokes because of this condition. You know, so under this condition, sometimes if I walk or I stand a little bit longer, my brain, look, I can't breathe. Let me say so. I can't breathe. So yes. So some of the things that I do to calm the nerves down. There are pills that I need to get, which is called Trapeline. I only get it in a prescription. You can't just get it anyhow. So yes, I need to get such, or I also need to go for a massage where they deal with these veins. Yeah. So the condition or I've gone through a lot of podiatric clinics and all the stuff because. You remember, it's your feet that affects everything in your body. So I've gone into podiatric clinics and all the stuff. Now I know that now I need to consult with it is either a neurologist or urologist. Between the two, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing their name right, but they deal with veins. But again, the problem that I haven't consulted so far, it's because it's expensive. So yes, guys, let's forget about that. I'll deal with it. I'll budget until I get that money and then go and consult. Yeah, for now, we'll keep managing things. But again, we'll also keep the positive attitude, We don't want to sound like we're dying. If we die, we die. But for now, we are still alive. So let's enjoy it. While we are still alive, let's be alive. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to do. Yes, so okay, we're back. Forget about what I've just told you. God will sort. Look, we'll find a way with that. So now I'm not gonna go through what Advocate Ramasipile did because Advocate Ramasipile, he was very good in terms of laying the foundation. But I must say, today we had a guy that understands the importance of being a witness and stood by that. You know what I'm saying? For that, Captain Bongo Simchali, give him a round of an applause. Yeah. Hibo. That guy, he sounds like honest guy and genuine guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a definition of what a witness is supposed to be. Not even the previous police that was testifying, she has something to hide. She's hiding something. A person that has got nothing to hide is the guy that was testifying today. Wow. I've never seen, ever since this case has started, Bongo Simchal. Salute the guy. Give him a 5-star. Witnesses are supposed to be like this. This guy, he came to court and then exposed some of his fellow members as well. But I like the fact that when he's asked questions, he will tell you that, hey, this was a mistake. This should not have done. They shouldn't have done this. Guys, I think the judge, I think among the list when it comes to reliable witness, I think that guy right now even in the judge's mind, he ranks high. Even in the witness, in terms of the defense, I think he ranks high because you could see when they're interacting with him, there was just this free thing flowing, and they were not actually pushing him to any corners. You know what I'm saying? It was just this thing, and I was happy to say this is how a witness should behave. His confidence throughout, he's not meandering. So if something is wrong, he just tells you straight, this is wrong. You know what I'm saying? A guy like that, guys, police are human beings. Police makes mistakes, but we don't want them to portray the idea that they are angels. They don't make mistakes. We don't want witnesses that are coming to a stand to defend themselves. We want witnesses that are getting to the stand and speak what they know and what they have witnessed. Once you are there to defend yourself, then it means you've got something to hide. All the witnesses that have taken the stand before Mtshali, up to before Mtshali, they all have something to hide. They were there to defend themselves. But Mtshali was there to tell you about what he saw and what he knows. Nothing but the truth. For that, Charlie, if you know Mtshali, show him this video, especially this part where we say, guys, let's appreciate people that are doing good. Mtshali sounds like that guy. Then I'm gonna jump Advocate Ramasipili and some of the statement made by Omnis as well. But I'm interested in some of the things there. Advocate Mnisi says the court has heard the testimony of Mr. Masondo, who investigated the Cleveland case. He told this court the type of a firearm he was investigating was a 9mm. Now, this 9mm is the 9mm that is, look, if we speak about the Cleveland case, it's the case that got accused number 3, Carlos Mncube, arrested, right? And because of that case, he was convicted as well. Now, the gun that was found in Carlos Mncube is now being linked to the Senzo Meyiwa case. But there are so many things that came out there which we were like, this one. You know what I'm saying? So, and then Umnisi Masondo confirmed that the gun was taken to recover the serial number which was retrieved. I cannot speak on behalf of Masondo, right? But even the way he was speaking about it, guys, he's not a hostile witness. Please keep that in mind. If you didn't watch this, look, this guy Mtshali, Bonkosi Mtshali, he's not a hostile witness at all. Even when the defense were interacting with him, you know, there was this thing that you could feel, man. You know what I'm saying? That, yeah. And then he says again, he says that the owner of the gun was traced and it belonged to a security company called Fidelity, right? To Mtshali, if he says so, okay, there's nothing that I can say about that. Yeah, so. And then again, look, the reason that is mentioned, it is because Mtshali has told us that if a gun has a serial, because all guns have got serial numbers, right? So usually what thieves do, or thugs, what they do, they take that, they wrap off the serial number. So according to Mtshali, if them as police, if they try to retrieve the serial number and they can't get the serial number, that gun must be destroyed. And he told the court that the gun that was found in accused number 3, because that case was done, it was about to be destroyed because there is no serial number. Now listen carefully. So now Masondo told us that they were able to retrieve the serial number and then they trace it back to a Fidelity company. That means hey, I'm hearing that for the first time. Now already right there's contradictions. You know what I'm saying? It shows that there was a cover up. You know what I'm saying? But maybe you don't understand it at this moment. I'm going to make you understand it. Don't worry. Then they speak about Amarichis, Brigadier Geninda and Brigadier, I forgot this Brigadier now, I've just passed him. They came there and Mangena, no Geninda, yes. Mangena and Geninda, they went and they are the ones that went to take this firearm. Remember the firearm in question. At some point, it has been revealed that this firearm was found in an exhibit bag that was open. Now let me explain this. Mtshali says that if an exhibit in a sealed bag is found open, I'm not gonna proceed with that thing. somebody must come and explain an issue or give a statement why that exhibit is was open. Now it has been confirmed. We are waiting for Mangena. I think it's Mangena who said he took that firearm, he found it in an exhibit that was open. Do you know what it means? It means that that exhibit should not be open. Mchali confirmed that. So if it was open, somebody tampered with that gun. So if it was tampered with in this case, Senzo Meyiwa, it means that chances are before in that exhibit bag there was a right gun, which was later on swapped, and the wrong gun was put there. Do you see where we're going with this? Hey, guys, I know. I give it to look. We also learned that Brigadier Kininda, he came and he took that firearm to his office, right? Nisi, in terms of the items were sealed in a forensic bag, firearm and empty magazines, yes or no? And then he responded and said he needs knowledge. Yeah, it was sealed and all the stuff. And then Nisi confirmed, and Nisi was reading some of the statement that was made by Umchali, which Nakona we couldn't find. Look, most of the things that he said, Umchali, was not necessarily contradictory, right? He said things that he stood by. You know what I'm saying? So then, yeah, he was telling us about how the firearm was taken to the head office. But then, here is a bombshell now. Mr. Mangena, according to Mnisi, said an exhibit were received in an open evidence bag and were booked out for further investigation regarding a phosphorus case. Now, and in an open exhibit bag, that is a sworn statement from Mr. Mangena. Do you know what it means? It means that what is inside might have been changed, because that exhibit bag must always be sealed. That is what Mchali said. So do you see now where we're going with this thing? Hey, guys, I know we saw some inconsistency within some of the police, but Mchali himself, I know, I think Mina, I'm okay with Mchali's testimony. He was proper. He was proper, guys. He was proper. But again, you also didn't say in your statement that the evidence bag was not sealed. Mchali, that's correct. I didn't say so because he didn't know there was an exhibit bag that was not sealed and all the stuff. So he's like, no, I'm not sure about that. I mean, I'm not interested in that. You know what I'm saying? Mangena also didn't say in a statement that he received those exhibits from you. That's correct. He didn't say so. Gushumchali. And yeah. Mnisi, do you agree that Mangena also doesn't mention that he received an exhibit from you? Mangena utige. Yeah, he mentioned that. And here, I'm telling you, they are building something for Mangena. They are building something for Mangena. Believe it or not, the questions that were asked here, it's building. Like I told you, they are building something. Now, here is the point again. Here's the point that Mnisi said. Mnisi, it is not so. The exhibit a likelihood that the firearm that Mr. Mangena received on the 20th of July 2022 could not have been the original firearm brought to the police station. I know. I don't know. So do you see where we're going with this thing, to say that an exhibit bag must always be sealed? To the reason that exhibit bag must always be sealed is to keep the integrity of the firearm and make sure that the exhibit that is there is the correct exhibit, and it is, look, nobody tampers with that exhibit. So if you receive that exhibit in an unsealed bag, then it poses a lot of questions. You know, thus we are now here where we ask a lot of questions, right? Yeah, so it was interesting. Now let's jump into what Uzikulokungumalo had got to say. The very first question that was asked by Advocate Mshololo: what do you do to ensure the exhibit are not tampered with by members? It was critical. Remember, he had said that, it has been revealed that there was an exhibit bag that was open. Now you hear the question, what do you do to ensure that the exhibit is not tampered with by members, meaning by SAPS members. Listen to the question. That is the reason why there are forensic bags. Once it is sealed, or sealed, it is look, or a seal is removed, it's not easy to open it. So it means to say you are not to open with, you are not to tamper with it by, once you zip it, shouldn't tamper with it, because it will expose you that you have opened this exhibit. You know what I'm saying? Now, when the exhibit was taken by the ballistic for the first time, was it sealed? Look, yes, based on what is written, yes, it was sealed. Nowhere in your statement where you say Mangena took out an exhibit in a bag that was opened. Utumchali, yes, he was able to take it out from you. Utumchali, yes. Do you agree it was open? Utumchali, no, I disagree. Never will I give you exhibit that is open, because you shouldn't sign for that exhibit. I like with that explanation, you should not sign for that exhibit. An exhibit that is open, don't even put your signature, because later on you will have to account and I will not be there to account on your behalf. And I was like, what's Umchali? Any exhibit that comes back from ballistics are received and sold and booked back. That's what Umchali says. Umchali, who is now being look, let's leave that one. We have no evidence that the exhibit was stored for 5 years. It was sold. I can't comment on that one. Meaning, ever since this exhibit was stored by you guys, what evidence do we have to say, since it was stored, you kept it sealed until then? No, we really don't have the evidence for that. Atumchale, I'm Advocate Mshololo. I don't have a comment for that. Advocate Mshololo, it shows that there is no evidence that the exhibit gun was kept in a sealed bag for that period of 5 years. In that way, I agree with you. It was not sealed for the period of 5 years. The gun that is now given to accused number 3. So if it wasn't sealed, then it means there was a possibility of a person taking that gun, giving it to somebody, you get killed by that gun, and then they take it back to that place, and then voila. You ask it, they said no, it wasn't a safe place. By the way, Umchali Uti, within the police, there were about 148, 250 guns that were stolen. And that around the Norwood area, what? Hey, it scared me. You know what I'm saying? If guns get stolen in South African Police Service watch, and I know for a fact that the person, the people that might have stolen that, the information they got it from police. You know how scary it is. When an officer comes to request an exhibit, do you ask in what capacity? No. So any member can come and request you to give them anything, an exhibit. You see, they introduce themselves, give me their card. I take that and I write it down, and then that's it. Yeah. So you said when a person book out an exhibit, they should introduce themselves. Did Mangena do so? He didn't say which office he was working for. Introduced himself as lieutenant or lieutenant. Please fix me. Please help me there. Based on your experience, have you ever had a case where you are approached by ballistic to book out an exhibit and bring it back to you? No, only I heard today in court Mangena was a ballistic evidence. Is it a normal procedure that a ballistic officer took out the firearm, investigate, and then return it? I only heard it here in court that Mangena is a ballistic ballistic what? You said a ballistic they shouldn't reveal their serial number. Wait, you said at ballistic they couldn't reveal the serial number on that gun. Utumchali, yes, pertaining to the Cleveland case. But Masondo said it was revealed, and the owner of the gun is the person that works at the Fidelity. That's where the crux of the matter is today. Okay, let me break it down for you. Umchali had said, if they find this gun and they can see that they can trace the serial number, they can retrieve the serial number, and then they can, if they can find through the retrieving of the serial number, they can track the owner. Once the case is done, the gun must be given back to the owner. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So in this case, there was an order that this gun must be destroyed. So it's already clashing with what Masondo told us. So if Masondo has told us Uguti, the gun belonged to the Fidelity company, that means sorry guys, Mchali said that the gun had received an order to be destroyed. The state has forfeited the gun, and it was about to be destroyed. And then boom, people showed up and said this gun must be is linked to the Senzo Meyiwa case. Do you see now? Already right there, that space and that piece of information, it says a lot. I wonder how the South African police service are gonna come out of this mess, because this guy has exposed them to say, you stop the process from this gun for this gun to be destroyed, then you take that gun and link it to Senzo Meyiwa. Wait a minute, what's up here? You know, something is off right there. Okay, let me repeat it. Charlie said accused number 3 was when accused number 3 was arrested for this gun, right? So he went through that case, and then obviously he was sentenced. After being sentenced for the possession of this firearm, there was an order that says the state is now forfeiting this gun, and this gun must be destroyed. That order came because they couldn't, the gun did not have, they couldn't retrieve the serial number of the gun, and because of that, the state had to forfeit and destroy the gun. But Masondo said, no, we had retrieved the serial number, the gun that belonged to a Fidelity company. You know what it means? It means that the order to destroy that gun was invalid and was wrong. So somebody is lying, but I believe Mchali is telling the truth. I believe Masondo lied. But let's continue. Advocate Mshololo, at the time Kinenda booked the gun, where the picture taken to show the condition of this thing and all the stuff, or to Mchali, no. Yeah, so I think that's the long and short of what we saw today. Apart from that, what I can mention today is we saw a very interesting look at what SAPS are doing there. I don't know, man. I don't know. But you guys, there is a lot that needs to be done within the South African police service. I mean, honestly, there are rotten potatoes. Some people that you can trust. But Mchali, I trust that guy. I believe that guy is telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? That guy, he came to tell nothing but the truth. And then expose the lies in between. I'm just wondering, how are they going to recover from this? Because wow, thanks to Mchali. I wanna say again, we need people like Mchali. People like Mchali, icon, are of good use. People like Mchali are people that we can trust in our society. The rest, icon, icon. So the last thing that I want to mention is that now we are working towards the other witnesses. Remember, we are still waiting for Mosia to be called into cross-examination. So it's still gonna be late, yeah? So please join, become a member of this YouTube channel, like the video, comment in the comment section below, right? Subscribe. It does help out a lot. It makes me feel good about it, about myself. So that's why you need to subscribe. But nevertheless, let me love and leave you here. Till the next video, good people. Please take care.